Even though 2010's How to Train Your Dragon is one of the most unfaithful adaptations of all time, that actually might have been a good thing. So here are 5 huge changes that were made from book to screen. First is the actual lack of a war between the dragons and the humans. In the book, the creatures already live amongst the Vikings, and being able to ride one is the initiation process of the village. This is where the necessity of the How to Train Your Dragon book comes from. Also, when Toothless and Hiccup do eventually form a friendship, they are actually able to communicate through a language called Dragonese. Now, while they do seem to understand each other in the films, hearing actual words come out of the Night Fury would have been a little jarring. And on that note, let's talk about somebody who had no lines in the book, Astrid, and that's because she didn't exist. In fact, no female characters did until the 3rd installment of the series, after author Cressida Cowell was made aware of their exclusion. And speaking of things that were left out, we now need to talk about the design of Toothless. While Hiccup's frail figure is pretty accurate to the source material, his dragon's appearance is not. Yeah, in fact, he actually mirrors the protagonist, being small, common, and a green dragon, and for that reason, he's not even ridden and is a house pet, very different than the films. However, his older version blended very well with the original tone of the story, something lighthearted and fun. In fact, most of these differences did. It wasn't until later in the series that it actually grew up with its audience and started showing them deep similarities to the real world beyond the pages.